Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 7, live fan reactions. I want to thank all of you guys for being here and being patient. This is the third tier of our discussion. We had spoilers early in the week, and then after spoilers, we had the people that watched the AMC premiere, and now we get everybody. This is our entire group's going to be here tonight. I'm expecting a big group, so people are going to start filling in. I know a lot of people are watching Talking Dead too, so this won't be an extremely long stream, but it is going to be an emotional stream, and also Sadiq is gone. I do have to tell you, watching it, thanks for watching the ads, and appreciate all of you guys being here. But I'm going to say something that's kind of counterproductive to those of us that make money off advertising. The commercials suck. It's like every dramatic moment tonight was spoiled by like a Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial or an Allstate commercial or something. When you watch these things on AMC Premiere, you are like right in the moment. And I got to tell you, it was kind of crushing to watch this in real time. And then all these pauses did lessen the effect a little bit. But because then you see Dante, and then right after that you see like, okay, well, next episode, all the fighting and all the hype. But I got to tell you, watching this the other night, it was a tearjerker. But we are going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, I think I can kind of get to the emotional side of Sadiq and kind of reenact a little bit of that. The sadness of Sadiq, I think, is the fact that he felt he let down Enid, he let down Cheryl, and then, to be killed by the person who tortured you is like twice as bad. So let me start. Tonight's episode, I did a video the other night, and I'm bold with it, right? I said this was the best of all time, and I caught some heat for that. But I'm going to ask you guys, 1 to 10, leave your scores up there on the screen right now. I want to get everybody's comments in this. Let me know what you thought about tonight's episode, because I thought it was absolutely brilliantly done. My favorite episode on The Walking Dead for many, many reasons. Not just because of the slash and the gore. I liked the story. I liked how they tied the water in. I liked closure to the flashbacks, the Aaron Gamma dynamic. I just think it had a good mix of humor, comic relief, and then seriousness, and then tragedy. I would consider this a true tragedy, sense of the word. So, yeah, I'm going to get a few comments. My favorite episode ever. So, if you don't feel that way, I understand. But for me, because we're going to do some things during the week. We're going to do a complete recap. We're going to do some of the hidden clues that are out there. So, other than Dante killing Sadiq, because that's the easy one, right? What was the most shocking moment for you? So, just complete unfiltered reactions. What did you guys think about the show? What really hit home with you? I want to get a few of your comments in this chat. And thanks for everybody being here. If you guys do me a favor, if you guys enjoyed the streams this week, if you enjoy being here for the reactions, if you're going to be there with us all next week to talk about the show, recaps, everything, then do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up. Actually, turn it up like it is a handle, whether it's drinkable or undrinkable. There you go. Gamma and Lydia, that was good too, Deborah. I do like, I think some people are going to say the connection with Gamma. I'm really confused about what is going to happen with Gamma, because a lot of times when we get attached to a character, we lose them. Gamma crying was a big deal. You start to see how everybody's tricked, and now she knows the truth. Now, will she know the truth? Will she use the truth? Will she resent Lydia? Can she be redeemed? Will she die? I mean, so many things. It set up a lot of stories with Gamma, but I mean, it's easy to close those stories. Aaron's a big dummy. Yeah. He's trying. But what's weird about Aaron is I'm very confused, because you would think he might be trying to get information, but it doesn't appear he is. You think that he could have been a traitor. He's not. Aaron's just in the middle. I mean, he is stuck certainly in the middle. He's not trying to do one or the other. He's out there just making small talk when all this bad stuff is happening. Maurice says, I think Negan finds Lydia. Certainly a possibility. Julia says Aaron is recruiting her like he always does. I do like the fact that the Alpha does not know much about this group. What's a little strange is she's got Dante on the inside, and she still has Gamma there asking questions. What's the first thing Gamma asks? How many of you are there? So now I think we have dual purpose, because earlier, many people said, hey, Alpha's not sending the horde because she doesn't want to kill Lydia. Well, that's one reason, but you also know Alpha doesn't know as much about the communities as we think as viewers. Otherwise, Gamma wouldn't be asking her that. Yet, well, Dante would have known, but then, see, here's the thing. One, I have concerns, all right, and maybe I'm nitpicking a little bit. When Dante was burying Cheryl, Dante has like the most perfect teeth. And I know you can't, as a whisperer, you can't jack up everybody's teeth. But Dante, to me, looks like he is a very short-term whisperer. Like, he has not been doing this very long, right? I mean, very clean cut. I also really liked how they made Aaron like super, super clean and Gamma super, super dirty. It was just like, night and day. I really liked the small details of this episode. I mean, everything just contributed. We got Hill Betty Detective says maybe Negan will have to help Lydia because the difference in him killing Alpha, a ripple effect thing. I certainly, Hill Betty, I do feel like there's more to the Negan-Lydia story. And I like the fact that they developed it early in the season where he's the one that sort of, threw Margot up against the wall to protect Lydia. Now, the question's going to be, could Lydia return the favor for Negan, or is Negan going to have to help her again and again and again? I do think that, well, and the nice thing is Lydia knows enough about the Whispers. I think she can be on her own a little bit and maybe not just stroll into there. Now, if Lydia gets out there and gets into trouble, that's going to be predictable. But where's she going to go? You got this border, and if you cross this side of the border, you're in Whisper territory. And if they're always watching, they're going to see her. I hate to see what happens if they do find her and word starts to spread. Then Alpha might feel like she's really got to kill her. Najee Watt says, Dante seemed to really be inspired by Alexander's place to live. I feel like he wanted to fit in. Hopefully we see his backstory. Najee, it's been I guess a point of contention on some of our streams, how much we'll know about Dante. I didn't see him, though, as I made the reference, and somebody made this, kind of Mice and Men, Lenny and George. I don't know if I felt to that extreme between Lenny and George. And if you remember, like, the Bugs Bunny one and the Abominable Snowman, probably similar. But I did feel like Dante, and I used this analogy in one of the earlier spoiler streams, I felt like Dante saw Sadiq as his pet. But he's like an abusive owner. He's one of those owners that see a pet as a pet and doesn't see it as more than a pet. And he's willing to kind of pat Sadiq, good job, I'm here for you, I'm your friend. All of those things. I don't think he wanted to kill Sadiq. I think he tortured him, he was ready to fit in, and he was okay just being around him and watching him. What's funny is how Dante shows up at night and is kind of interrogating him when he says, like, I need to pull my weight with the water since Eugene's been gone. What a tricky thing to say. He's the one that sabotaged the water, and then he asked a question to Sadiq, making it look like he hasn't even touched the water. I thought his psychology was really, really good. He's a twisted dude. You know, first of all, he's smiling, enjoying, and, you know, doing the thing with the tongue in the top of his mouth. But, you know, he was asking a question just to see if Sadiq was on to him. And then we found out he was. It's like, all right, you know, I'm your friend. Yeah, really, really tricky. So how many people in the stream right now did not know the spoilers, watch the spoilers? You actually saw it for the first time tonight. Just want to get a quick show of hands, because I know at least half the audience here had already seen it because you guys been in many of the streams. So the people that avoided the spoilers, how shocked were you with the Dante scene right at the very end? Were you suspicious, or did they do enough that you kind of, you know, you thought it was okay? Stunned? Really shocked? Okay, great. Love it. Cool. Just wanted to get some of the reactions, some of the thoughts in here. I got a couple more things that I do want to talk about. Absolutely, there were two scenes that just absolutely emotionally ripped at me. And it wasn't, those of you that saw this for the first time, it was probably the Sadiq death. That was lower on the list for me. I'm going to tell you. Number one on my list was when Sadiq jumped into the water and we got those flashback moments. I didn't think he was going to drown. Well, I knew the spoilers, so I knew he wasn't going to drown. But even though I knew what was going to happen, when he went into the water, and this was something that we predicted, if you guys remember this, just give me a quick hands up or a thumbs up. If you guys remember, I think it was about 3 weeks ago we did a stream and said, Sadiq's put his face in the water, and we knew that scene of him going in the water. And we said, he's going to jump in, and it's going to be his wake up. He's going to be floating. He's going to be drowning, and then he's going to get all the flashbacks. We were on the money with that. So good job to the 999 Army. Appreciate you guys and all the thoughts. And yeah, absolutely. Every once in a while we get one right. Almost maybe equally as shocking, and I want to get your thoughts on this, because this was the first time we've really seen the whispers allude to sexual assault. When the prisoner said to Carol, "You've got the animal in you. If we were out there, I would take you like a bitch in heat." I want to know everybody's reaction to that, because I got to tell you, it felt, I mean, I got a pit right in my stomach when he said that. And it wasn't just that I wanted Carol to punch him. It was like, that's what the whispers are all about. Think about that. Whether that was Lydia, whether that was Gamma, whatever the case may be, just, I know they haven't told the entire whisper story, but I think that painted the picture for those of us that know it from the comics and know a lot of what they condone. He was not even shy about it. It's like, I have a right to, and that's what I'm going to do. And beautifully, beautifully done. I think it was both symbolic and powerful that Carol didn't just punch him. She put her wedding ring on and then punched him. So there's still that memory of Ezekiel, as much as they've had issues. And I do think the driving force in their relationship is the fact that Zeke has just been dormant. Zeke has not went out there and tried to avenge Henry. And I think it's just eating at Carol, but to put the ring on and then slug him a few times. And I thought Daryl was awesome. You almost think Daryl's going to stop her again, and he's like, I'm going to start with your fingers and then both your ears. Then I'm taking your teeth. And it's like, whoa, oh boy. The only thing that kept him from losing all those parts is the fact that he started talking. And because he knew Daryl was legit. Ecom, I'm confused about Dante Alexander growing on him. Don't think he's all bad. Could have let Cheryl turn and wreak some havoc. I agree. I think, see, Ecom, this is something that I think we're going to talk about probably once we know what happens next week. And I do think we are going to get a touch of the backstory because we know that Dante is in jail. We know he's found out. And it seems more likely that he's either going to tell them why he did it or what the purpose was. And maybe the point is that Dante, I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with this right now because how many people, let's do a quick pulse survey, 999 survey. I need your complete honest opinion. How many people just want Dante dead right now? How many people? Just, you don't care. He's a traitor. He's a whisperer. No doubt, no rationale, no reason. Just kill him. And see, this is why it's going to be such a touchy super chat, Ecom. And because look at all the people right now. Me. No way. Now, what we typically find is that once we get over a little bit of the emotion, like you, there's people that are going to want to understand a little bit of Dante's backstory. A little bit. So this is what I would say based on how he reacted and how he killed Sadiq. I think he's going to come clean to Daryl or someone that he was a whisperer. And based on what we know, it's likely that he left the whispers and left that behind to a degree. Now, the water's a different story, but he's not feeding Alpha any information. He can't. Either he can't get away, and that whole speech about this place is growing on me and I understand it takes a village. He almost seems like once his cover was found out, he liked it and he couldn't let Sadiq ruin it for him. Would you guys agree with that? That he seems more likely to be somebody that doesn't want to go back to Alpha, but he doesn't want to be found out. And once he was found out, he did what he thought he had to do. It doesn't make it right. I hate like hell he killed Sadiq. But then the question is going to be, is he a acting member of the Whisperers, or is he somebody that was looking to move on and looking to transition? Because keep in mind, not everybody who is a whisperer wants to be a whisperer. Not everybody wants to eat leaves and worms. They want to eat food. They want to be clean. They want to be away from that. They don't buy into Alpha's philosophy. The only reason they're with Alpha is because they have no choice. They're afraid. But we don't see, it would have given it away. But we see Dante is clean. We don't see Dante chanting. But Gamma and the other prisoner, they're dirty. They don't want to eat. They give up on food. Dante is, do you guys remember the scene with Dante and Sadiq? He's drinking. He brings him a bottle. This is not somebody that wants to go back to the whisperer lifestyle and eat worms. This is somebody that likes drinking. He likes being a doctor. He likes helping people to a degree. But I think he's indebted to Alpha. Good comments. Fish wrapped in lettuce. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either. He was buying his way in, certainly. All right. Hey, get your thoughts and comments included. We're going to go about 3 more minutes. Any bold statements, any predictions, thoughts about, let's get some quick reactions to next week, and then we'll get some people watching Talking Dead and giving a little respect to Avi Nash. We got Hill Betty Detective says protecting himself more than true to Alpha. Yeah, I kind of feel like when Alpha starts breaking up the territory, he might have been one that could be like the king of Alexandria, and then somebody else gets Hilltop. Ecom says Dante clearly doesn't know why Alpha claimed she killed Lydia, and Lydia doesn't know him, probably barely saw the others without mask. So I'm going to go through and give you guys once again. We came up with this in a video during the week, but Dante is in Alexandria. I think Jules is a Whisperer, and she's in Oceanside, and I think there's another one in Hilltop. My bold prediction is that Alpha has a spy in each of the communities. I think she has plants in each community. We haven't really talked about it. We haven't really broken it down. We are going to talk about it this week. But if Dante's in there and Gamma is spying on this, I certainly think Jules is probably the big one. You know, when Luke said, the one with the face, and there was a mask that washed up. So, and Jules is pretty clean. She's clean like Dante. What if, I'm going to mind blow everybody here. What if Dante and Jules have a history? Bum, bum, bum. Have you guys ever heard that before? Is this brand new information? Dante and Jules working together. Each has a community. Both clean. Both working their magic. Both buying their way with Alpha. Just let it sink in a little bit, everybody. Brand new theory. You know what? Maybe the only way that they would ever see each other is to do Alpha's bidding for her and get some disruption going on. There you go. Think about that, everybody. All right, hey, let's wind this thing down. We are at about 20 minutes in. I want to keep it relatively slow. No, Ken, there's no plot holes. This is The Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead has plot holes. We're going to solve it all. So if that happens, if you get Dante and Jules, then you'll say that you heard it here first. If it's wrong, then we'll blame somebody else. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you for being here. Appreciate everything that you guys do during the week. Let me give a super special shout out to the Patreon Army up in the top left-hand corner. Thank you for everything that you guys do. The PDL sponsors. We had a great time, PDL, Friday night. You guys want to join us on Friday night? Play a little bit of a real-time role-playing game. Check that out. We will be back tomorrow at 7:30. We'll be back at 9:30. How many people are going to be here for double shots? That is 2 streams every night, 7:30 and 9:30. We're going to do a recap. We're going to do Walking Dead topics. We're going to do our season finale bold predictions. And we're also going to talk about that neat little teaser trailer that we saw a little bit ago. We got Alpha in there. We got the introduction of Virgil finally. We got, is Michonne leaving next week? So many questions for the mid-season finale. I am super, super psyched up. And I think we're going to get some death next week. I think tonight was just the tip of the iceberg. So, hey, thanks, everybody. Appreciate you guys being here. Special shout-out to Super Chatters and our moderators, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells. And to all the rest of you guys, hit the like button on the way out, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 7:30. Enjoy Talking Dead. Peace.